I'm just going to wait for everything to pop on. Hello, everybody. How's it going? John Whitford here again. I've got a super quick story to share with you all today, which was really cool and turned into a client. And I wanted to share with you how I did it and how I generally do it, right? So I'll wait a second for people to pop on. It looks like things are working well. And coolio. So I'm just going to dive into it because the kids are home. I just wanted to share this quick story with you, and I figured this was the best way to do it. So, hey everybody, John here, and I want to share with you in this video how I picked up a new client for a local business, local digital marketing client without ever trying. All right, so as you might have heard from our previous communication, our previous lives, that we just moved into a new house, and I had a pool table, an indoor-outdoor pool table at the previous house. It's like 1,000 pounds. There ain't no way I'm moving it. So I went online and I found, pool table movers. And I didn't find them online. I talked to a guy and I got a referral and I called this person up. And long story short, there's a pool table moving service at the house, moving my table from house 1 to house 2, right? So we just get to chatting and they pull up in the new house. They're like, oh, nice lake and all this stuff. And so he asked me what I did. And I told him, hey, I help local businesses find new leads and clients online, which is the no jargon way of saying I run a digital marketing agency. When people hear stuff like that, it can be a little bit of a turnoff. And I had no intention of picking up a client today. It's really like my life is kind of full right now. So I had no desire for a new client at all. But he asked, so I told him what I did. As we're going through the conversation and he's leveling the table and putting the slate on, doing all that cool stuff, he started asking me about digital marketing. He asked me about his Google listing. He told me this story of how he let his P.O. box, because he doesn't actually live in Orlando. Anyways, long story short, his P.O. box expired and he was not able to basically get his Google My Business listing to work. If you Google his business, it showed permanently closed. And I was like, well, that's why you're not getting any leads or any calls anymore, because he said his business was totally suffering. And it was only through some referral network he's a part of that I even found him. Okay. So I told him, that's weird. Do you have anybody doing your tech? Who does this? He says he has a person. He doesn't really like the person. So it looked like this guy was interested in me more than I was interested in picking up a client. So as he's working, I was like, let me just take a look here behind the scenes. So I log in. I just fix it for him. I basically not logging in. I just go to Google and I say this business is not closed. They move locations. I fix it from my phone, sitting out there in the back patio as he's installing my pool table. And I said, here you go, man. Get an email. Here's my number. Let me know if it worked. I didn't close him or anything like that. I just said, hey, here you go. Thank you for doing all the work. I didn't barter. I still paid him for the work he did. And he said, okay, this is cool. I can tell you know what you're talking about. How much do you cost? And he just goes straight into it. He wants to work with us. So I told him, look, I'm not taking your money right now. I'm not closing you. You're doing your work. I want you to focus. But the point is, when you are going around in your day-to-day life, first of all, don't be afraid of telling people what you do. And I would recommend you find a way to simplify what you do. A lot of times people, to make themselves maybe feel important, or maybe they just don't know how to break down what they do in a very simple way. Don't say that you run a conversion rate optimization high-level agency. Just say, hey, I help small businesses get customers, or I write content on the internet that helps businesses get discovered. Whatever your skill is, have that quick little tagline for what you do and who you serve, so that anybody, when you're speaking, because these were really big, strong, burly men moving my pool table. That's one big rock. And if I had gone high level with my language, they would have been like, okay, whatever. Here's some guy that I don't want to talk to. But I met them where they were at. I spoke in the language that made sense to them, and actually talked to the pain point that they had, unbeknownst to me. I didn't know they had a problem at the time we were talking. So that's point number one. Speak to them with where they're at. And number two is, don't be afraid to tell people what you do. I know a lot of marketers, they sometimes, when you say I'm an internet marketer, you are fearful of ringing the alarm bells, and people are going to want to run away in the other direction because they're, oh my gosh, scam, or whatever the case might be. be proud of what you do, and realize that what you're doing is not just making money online, it's helping businesses succeed, which, especially in the modern climate, small businesses are struggling. They need more leads and more clients, especially when so much of the world has gone digital. Small and local businesses are a fantastic opportunity. All right. So just a fun little story I wanted to share with you today. I'm going to text him later on and just say, hey, did it work for you? Because he'd had to go verify a couple things and click a button in an email that I didn't have access to. So it's still a work in progress. But I will tell you that in 2022, I think the people who are going to need the most help are the smaller owner-operated, father-son type of businesses that can totally succeed, but they need people like you, they need people like me who can help them do the stuff they don't want to do. And as we were just chit-chatting, he's going through, he's just doing Google ads, he's spending out the nose for it. And in the back of my mind, because you and we understand the world of funnels, we understand the value of an email list. This guy has never sent an email to anybody ever in his life aside from one-on-one client communication. And so my mind was just going off with dozens of ideas of ads we could run, of freebies, of funnels, of everything that could be done. And it made me realize, just walking through the day-to-day life, of the superpower that you and I have. So never be afraid to serve people. Never be afraid of what you do. Even if you are a brand new beginner, be proud of what you're learning and be happy to share that with people, because you never know where it's going to lead. And also, especially if you're learning, if people can see you and have a dialogue with you, not in a sales environment like this. I'm in the backyard of my house. I'm talking to some guys that are helping me install a pool table. It was such a disarmed scenario. And as new folks, people don't do business with businesses. People do business with people. Like, people want to work with you and understand you as a person. So be a person and be a friend and be like approachable. And I think that you can get your first client without even trying, simply telling people some of the skills you're learning, what you do, and make yourself available. All right, so just a quick little story here. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about it, please let me know down below. And by the way, if you got value from this and are like, hey, maybe you have a client, but it feels like pulling teeth every time you get a new client, or if you have never gotten one before, but you're looking for that way of getting your foot in the door so that you get that testimonial and let that flywheel start to spin, go ahead and check out Services by Number. You can go to servicesbynumber.com. There should be a link somewhere around this video and check it out. It's a course that I did with my wife, talking about how our first service-based business was created, the step-by-step process we use, and and it's a fantastic course, if I do say so myself, but there are some testimonials on the page as well, so you can take a look at it. Go to servicesbynumber.com and check that out. Karen, John the Genius is back. It's so good to see you as well. If I click on this, no, it doesn't work. So let me see. Can I get comments here? Sweet. Let me hide that. So that's it for me today, guys. It's been a crazy day. I'm so ready for this move to be over. I'm ready to just get back into business as usual. So bear with me as I'm doing some of these short, quick hit, rapid fire content for now. I want to get back out there with you. It's just been absolute chaos in the personal life. So good times are coming. Hope you have a wonderful day. Go out there and help somebody find a client. Help somebody rank their blog on number one of Google. Go and the world of service is one that I think is underutilized. Go and serve your community and be a light in a dark world. Talk to y'all soon. See ya. I need to wait a second before I shut this off, so I'm just going to wait 1 second.